Types of relations. When we classify relations, remember what the relation is. It says that if I pick a certain value for x, it gives me a certain value for y. So y depends on whatever I choose for x. Now, we can name these relations, we can classify these relations according to how many solutions we have. For one x value, do you have only one y value or do you have many y values? Or for one y value, do you have many x values or do you have only one x value? So this is what we're going to look at. And I'm going to write this in this way because it works in both directions. X that relates to y and y also relates to x. So keep that in mind when we do the following. The first type, there's four types. The first type is a one-to-one relation. So I just want to 1-to-1 relation. And I think I'm going to do the one-to-one relation doing the graphs first. So if I have a graph, and I'm just going to do it right here over the edge. If this is x and that is y, and I have a graph that looks like this, I'm going to work in reverse. Okay, so what I'm going to do is when I look at the one-to-one value, remember this is my y. So for every one y, I have an x. And sometimes I have to name this, and I want to start with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the y values. I'm going to see for one y value, how many x values do I have? So if I take my ruler down with the y values, for any given y value, now on a graph, how do I find the values? Well, I say if y is something, what is the value of x? And that comes down over here. And for any place, there's only one, for any y value, there's only one x value. And therefore, this is a one-to-one relation. Another example of this is if they give us ordered pairs, and I give us something like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. For any x value, there's only one y value, and for any y value, there's only one x value. Our second of the four is a one-to-many relations. Now that many just means more than one. It can be 2, it can be 3, it can be any number more than one. So one-to-many relations. And again, I think it's easier to explain that by using my graph. Because I'm running out of space, I'm just going to do it here. If I have a graph that looks like this, remember I said I'm always going to work with my y values first. So if this is my y, this is my x, I'm going to look at my y values first. So I'm going to start at y and see if I have y, any y value, have only one x value. It doesn't matter where I go, all of these, for every y value, there's only one x value. Which means x, for any y value, there's only one x, and that's why we say 1. Now, for every x value, and I'm going to change, and I'm going to see for every x value, oh, but look at what happens here. With x values, some places, for one x value, I have 2 y's, which means many y's, and that is why the many is there. So it's 1x because for every one y value, there's only one x, but for some x values, for one x value, there are many y values. Another example would be if they give us pairs like 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, and 3, 4. So if they give us something like that, it is a one-to-many. Why? Because one x value have two y values. So one x value have many y values, but for any x value, for any y value, there's only one x. Okay, and that's why it's a one too many. Our third one will be many to one relation. I'm going to do them one to many over here, or many to one over here. If I have a graph looking like this, I want to know what the x value is first, so I'm going to go down the y-axis. For one y value, I have many x values, which means I have many x's. But for any x value, and I go along with the x value, with any x value, it only intercepts once, which means there's only one y value. So for any x value, doesn't matter where I am, for every x value, there's only one y value, and that's why it's many to one. So for one y value, there's many x values. For one x value, there's only one y value. Another example would be if it's in the form of minus 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 2. They are, for one y value, there's for one y value many x values. So it's many x values for one y value. The last one, and you can see the pattern, the last one would be, and you guessed it, that will be many to many. Many to many relation. The many to many relation, again, according to this, if this is y and this is x, for every, remember we start with y because I want to know what this is, so for every y value, there's more than one x, so there's many x values, so that's why there's a many there. For every one x value, there's also, for every x value, or for x values, there's many y values, and that's why it's a many to many relation. And the example that we have there would be using the following. If I have 0, minus 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, and minus 1, 0. So what we can see in this case is that, just bring it over, is that they are for different y values, there are many x values and vice versa. For different x values, there's one y value. Don't get confused straight away. Don't give up straight away. Please look at the next video and look at the examples of the types of relations before you panic.